And what's all this? Oh, that's not gonna work. I gotta change this. Okay, it looks like we're doing okay. So I need to change it to what time is it? It is, let's see, what would that be? 12 plus 9, 21, 15 basically. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and set it up to play. Alrighty, so we're a little over 20%. Yeah, it looks like 20%. And we unlocked auto crafting. Did we unlock anything else? Ah, the beehives. Now the problem is we're not going to have any bees, are we? But I don't think it's going to require me to have any bees just yet. But I have to have this. Yep, we gotta have that. So we've got to make some bees. And it would make sense to put these upstairs. And we need to turn this around. And it would make sense to have at least one of those. But I'm thinking it'd make more sense to have like 3 of them. And we can blend these together pretty good. And I guess that's about as far as we go. Okay, so we got 3 of them. So then we would go here and we'd say, all right, we need uncommon larva, mutagen, and fertilizer. So we would pretend like we've got those. Oh, all I have to do is click right here, and then all of a sudden we have it in our inventory. Okay, that's a little different, because otherwise you have to put uncommon larva, mutation, and fertilizer in here and let it go. And of course it's not going to find anything. Okay, well that makes sense. So then we would go back downstairs. And then we would go outside. We would find some handy dandy spots to put our beehives. And I would probably want to start about here somewhere. And go straight across. This is a little different for sure. Alright, so there's 1. We made 3 of those, so we go 2. And we would go 3. Like so. And then of course they would make honey, but we don't have drones yet, so the honey would collect there. And that's all it would do until we came back and picked it up. So let's go ahead and dump this into our pile. Oh, spacesuits. Yeah, I wonder. What if I should go ahead and change some spacesuits? Probably got at least one or two repeats there. But I would need somewhere to store these, wouldn't I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I never did pick that up, did I? Alright, so we would probably come over here, something like this. And for now, we'll just put a storage spot right in here. And put all these in there. Organize them. Come to, and come to. Yeah, we got some repeats. Sifo. What would that be? Chip 2, and oh man, we got quite a few repeats. Alright, so let's see. Which one of these would we want to put on, you think? Looks like it's mostly white. So we would left click it. Then we'd get out of this. We'd put our tab key on. And then we would left click and it changes our suit. Now if we want to see what it's like, we just use the A key. Yeah, it's mostly white. Okay, right click to cancel that. So now we've got a new suit on. And we've got many of the same thing in reserve. Do we really want to get rid of any of this, or do we want to leave it up for now as a reminder of another option for outside storage? I think I'll leave it up there for now. I would probably want to, we'll start on this end. Take down some more of these. And if we look in our inventory, what do we have? We've still got the pumpkin. So in creative mode, you don't get nothing back. So you know, really, I guess you wouldn't want to actually harvest anything. But you will have to harvest some things, I do believe. Well, anyway, the music is very happy and cheerful, so let's see, did we unlock something else? I don't see anything else there. How about over here? Yeah, we did, right there. We've got a new tree seed that we could make. It's only 150%. But let's go ahead and make it. So we want to go upstairs, go to our DNA thing over here, and I guess we don't actually have to put the stuff in the machine. I guess we don't really have to use that side, we just have to go over to this side. Find something that's unlocked. What was the name of that one that I was just looking at? Let's go back. That one just unlocked, so that's the one we should be trying to make. Cerny? I'm gonna figure that's what it is, Cerny. Alright, so let's look for Cerny. There it is right there. That's the one that just unlocked. And bingo. Let's go ahead and make another one. Definitely works a little different. So now if we look at our inventory, we've got 2 of them. Instead of loading up all the stuff over here on this side. Okay. That's a little different. But anyway, now we need to do some tree spreaders. And we only have the first level tree spreaders unlocked, so we would want to go either here or over there, because we have to put that first level tree spreader near water. We're starting to see a little bit of, yeah, there's, no, that's not tree. I'm not seeing any tree nubs yet, am I? Well, anyway, this will be a good spot. So you go to this one right here. We can't back it off too far. And then we would put this one in there. And then we go down here somewhere, do it again. The first one is the only one we've got unlocked. And we put that one in there. Now it's still showing these have something in them, right? Yeah. We just haven't given them enough time to actually start growing, I guess. No little buds or anything showing yet? No, I don't see any buds. Just gotta give it more time, I guess. Okay. I probably should try to do about half a dozen to a dozen of each of those that we have unlocked. And of course, normally you would have to go over here and make a whole bunch of these. But the way the game works now, we just have to, because then we need some of those to make these. See there? You gotta have those, methane and sulfur. And I think that's all we have unlocked right now, isn't it? So we got bacteria samples would go in here. Oh dear, we made an extra one. Well, I guess we used up all the bacteria samples that we had making these. Okay, so then we would put these in here. Well, darn, I clicked on that and we're not able to make those just yet. We're not supposed to anyway. We'll put that in there for now. We could rework this, but I don't think I'll bother. Because we could extend out this way if we need to. Or maybe move all of our DNA tree making stuff over here. Actually, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Move it down from upstairs. Yeah, I probably should grab this and move it downstairs. We'll still need mutagen up here, won't we? Yeah, see, we still need to have mutagen up here because of all these different things need mutagen. Plus, we need to have photoplankton and all that, but that's not unlocked yet. And I don't think T3 is unlocked yet either. So the minimus thing to do would take this back downstairs. Because we'll have to have lockers for all this down here too. Okay, so we would go and put this in here. Since we've got mutagen and stuff down here, and I'd probably want to put it, where is it? There it is. I'd probably want to put it right in here like this. And that way we would not have to build another set of lockers like we did here. We could just take the mutagen and stuff out of here as we need it. But I think there is going to be something we're going to need. Oh, the tree bark. Yeah, the tree bark. And we left all that upstairs, didn't we? Yeah, we sure did, right up there. And I don't think we need tree bark for anything that we would make out of here. So it makes sense to change the name. We'll just use the backspace and enter. And then we would grab all the tree bark that we have in here. In 2 different spots. Plus we would grab another set of tree bark that's ready. I wonder if it still takes the same amount of time to have more tree bark. Let's check. Yeah, I think it might. Which is, trying to remember, is it like 8 or 9 minutes maybe? Somewhere around there. So that means we would need to start storing tree bark. I'm gonna well, I could stick it right there, couldn't I? I do have some that are not being used yet. You know, I think I like that idea. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so we would need to back it up to right about there. Yeah, that looks right. And I think we could squeeze another one in there. And I need to back it up right about there. Yep. Wow, that's a perfect fit. And then we want to put our sign up there. Whoops, too far. Transfer everything over. Which one did it go in? Went into that first one. Well, that's where we would normally start, so that's good. Tree bark. So anytime we needed tree bark, we just pop right over there, grab it, and then we could start making more trees. And I'm starting to think we might need quite a few more trees. Now we would be able to store some trees, or maybe just use this first one. And when we make the tree seeds, if we're not ready to set them outside for some reason, and we would call this tree seed. So now we have a place to put tree seed. And if it turns out we need this space and this space for something else related to our process here. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of things that we probably want. Then we would just have to go to the other side of the wall with it. And put them in right here. So I want them to be all green as much as possible. And then go over one more. How's that look? That doesn't look too bad. But I did go a little bit further back than I should have, I think. So let's try that again. Make sure it's all green. Going forward, it's all green. Right there. Now switch over just one to the side. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. Otherwise, we might get these back a little too far. Alright, let's put the other one in there like we've been doing. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and change it to the tree seed going in here. And there we go. Or we can do the military thing, seed, comma, tree. Because we do have more than one kind of seed in this game. And then this one I would just make it blank for now. There's nothing in there anyway. And while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and put the sign on it. There we go. And I would probably want to put the tree bark right in front of that. Or say bark, comma, tree. It's kind of a military way thing. It's saying what the thing is and then specify what variant it is. Now we don't do anything here except tree seeds. So our storage point would be there for those. You know, I might want to rebuild all this so that they're all facing the right direction or the same direction again, so I don't have these gaps in here. Little gaps like that would be fine as long as it came out the same, because I gotta think especially we're gonna need these two spots, and then we'll have to cut around like this to get over to this alleyway. Yeah, because we can't put another one in here. We don't have the space. Did we do something different over here? It kind of looks like we did. Looks like this gap is wider than normal. Yeah, it is. That gap is wider than normal. So we moved these a little bit too much forward. And it really mounts or counts when you get to this end. Well, we kind of got the same thing there and there, though. Yeah. We don't have any space there, but we do have a little bit of a space there and there. Huh. Well, that one came out pretty much perfect. Okay. All right. We might have to plant quite a few more trees. Tree spreaders and all that before we get something else to unlock. Because there's our incubator. Oh, we already put that in, didn't we? Oh, we jumped the gun on that one, I guess. Oh, we can now do high quality food. So we did get something unlocked. Now, if we look to see what we need to make high quality food, we don't really have any other way to make it except by doing one of these, because we don't have a kitchen or anything established. Yeah, we don't have a kitchen or anything established. Of course, I've already got the cooking station done, and that's how you would do it manually, but that would not be much fun. Sitting there clicking like crazy to make high quality food when you have the option to come out here. Of course, right now we've got a stack of food that normally would be consumed by now, but it's not consumed yet. Alright, so we're not under anything right now, but there are two things we need in order to make that food. So we would be looking to put in one for beans. So we would do this one just a little bit different. Let's see, yeah, one facing that way, and then come back here. Oops, hit the wrong key again. And we need to back up just a little bit. Did we get it even? Looks even there. Now this one, since we need two items, we put the beans in one end. Like so. And on this side we would put the honey. And as long as both of those had something in them, we could expect our auto crafter. There we go. To make. No, that's about as close as we dare. Oh, and we just brought down our power. This one would be the one that's making the food right here, high quality food. But we've got another problem we got to take care of. So we would have to chase down our materials, because I don't think we've unlocked the next one, have we? Let's check. See, there's the incubator. We've already cheated on that one. No, it would be... Yeah, we haven't unlocked it yet. I don't believe. Tree spreader, water, life collector. Oh yeah, we did right there. Nuclear fusion. We've already done that. We've already done that, I think. So we can make a nuclear fusion, which is what we need about now. Now, that is assuming we've got plenty of the required. Oh, we've already put one out. Well, I'll be darned, I forgot all about that from last episode. So that would say we need another one. So we have to have, of course, 5 of those pulsar quartz and 4 of the super alloy. So now it would be necessary for me to show you where you would have to go to be able to do this. So we're kind of jumping the gun a little bit because I haven't shown you where you would have to go to. Well, you've got 2 choices. I don't think there's a rocket you can launch if you had a rocket motor, and I think we've used all of our rocket motors, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So you would either have to get some more rocket motors out of a chest somewhere out in the wild or inside of a crashed spaceship. But I don't believe there's any kind of a rocket that would bring down anything. Now you got this with asteroid attraction rocket, but if I remember right, the only thing it brings down would be uranium. Let's double check that, make sure that's true. Now so far when I'm on this platform like this, I've never gotten hit by an asteroid. And you see it has a little starburst looking sign on it telling you that it's a special. Boom. And there's only a few places they will normally go: into the water or over there by that crash Now sometimes they'll go over here and they'll hit right up in there somewhere. And sometimes they'll go over here and hit somewhere in there. I don't believe these will be pulsar quartz. Yeah, woo, it went almost all the way across. There we go. And we'll get what, 2 more of those or maybe 3 more? Yeah, that is almost all the way across. Is that it? About 6 of them? Okay, so now let's go over here. Since this was the first crash site, and see if by chance we've got something other than uranium. No, looks like it's uranium again. And of course, before you do this, you want to have oh, probably about 2 bottles. Oh, they're starting to drop the larva. So we've made enough progress to they'll start dropping the larvae that we collect. Common, uncommon, and rare. And we have it installed anywhere for those to go. And we would look for debris fields with a green glow, like so. But you have to make quite an investment, a rocket engine and stuff. And you'll understand what I mean by a significant investment when you start making rocket engines. Because you didn't go around and explore enough to have some sitting in your inventory. There we go, we got in there. Okay, that's probably all we're going to get from here. Well, when the debris field starts to disappear, we've got about somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes to pick up the exposed uranium, no longer covered by any kind of debris field. Well, let's go ahead and go in the water like so. Cut across here. And it seemed like to me it crash landed way back here in the back. Almost where it was out of the water. I'm not seeing any green so far. Swim toward, keep up towards the top here. Ah, there it is. There it is over there. And of course you're going to need a couple oxygen bottles because you'll need to refill. Alright, head towards the top, now back down. Gotta get around all this debris. Cause I think I saw, yeah, there's some more green right over here. Alright, so head towards the top, then look around a little bit. And we're looking for more green. Oh, there we go. And let's see, can we get to it? Yeah, we got to it. And you can actually swim backwards in this game. Swim towards the top. Look down around some more. You can't stay on the bottom and get to it because the rocks will get in your way. Up there's some right there. In some cases we may not be able to get to it or get close enough to get to it. Yeah, we'll have to wait till the debris is removed, it looks like. Alright, so let's see, there should be another one. Let's use the speed up with the shift key. Use our little pinky to hold it down. Ah, there we go. There it is over there. I do recall 2 of them hitting into the water. I'm not so sure about a 3rd one. There we go. You don't necessarily have to be right on top of it, but you have to be able to get it to show like that and then get your center dot close enough. And you can pick it up right through the rock if you need to, if you can get close enough. Oh, there is a 3rd one right there. And there's another spot on the land we haven't even gone to yet. But we're heading that direction, generally speaking. There we go. I think that's pretty much all the green we see here. Alright, so we want to head in this general direction. Let's go ahead and get out of the water as soon as we get close enough to shore. Because the other spot is right about here somewhere. There it is. And usually you can pick up at least 30 of them this way. It might be more than 30, it might be like 34, 36. And I've had a few veteran players tell me that you might even get up closer to 40. Now there might be one more field right around here somewhere. No, I guess not. Alright, now let's head back over to the original spot and see if we find any more green, because it looks like the debris field is already starting to clear. And that would use the uranium setting out in the open if we missed any from the first time. No, the debris field is still kind of here. Hasn't been collected yet. Well, this got a little bit more there. So we can probably wait a little bit longer to see if these big chunks of stuff have got something under them. Because so far I don't see anything. Sometimes these big chunks of rocks, they'll cover up everything and you can't really see it until they're removed from the field. So we'll just have to wait. You can tell them they're part of the meteorite field because see how they're technically not connected to anything, not even the ground. Like this rock here is probably never going to be removed because it's connected to the ground, it's original. Whereas these other ones probably will. Oh, there's one that just disappeared. So normally we would just wait until these start disappearing to see if there's any more uranium to be picked up. And oh, we've only got 2 spots left. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33 we've gotten so far. We've done real good with that one, didn't we? But anyway, you want to try to remember where they crashed and just go around in the circles. Now this looks like a debris field. Do we see any green laying loose here anywhere? There might be some down here in the water. Let's check. No, I'm not seeing any in the water. So we would still be waiting for the debris field to clear, especially where there's the big rocks, because that's usually the ones that will hide. All right, let's beat it back over here. No, the big rocks are still here, and I'm not seeing any green anyway. We've only got 2 slots left, so we might want to go back to our base and find where we're supposed to be collecting uranium so that we can make the rods. And there it is right there. And download all that we can. And then go back on the search. And so now the autocrafter would get busy making more rods if it has any slots left in its basic inventory. Alright, so the next ones were in the water if I remember right. None of them head over here. They usually head up kind of high, and then you have to climb these rocks in order to get to the uranium before it disappears. But usually on the uranium they give you a generous time period to come claim it. I think it's like 10 minutes after the debris field has been removed. Yep, there we go. We're starting to see it a little better than we did before. And I think I saw one over here somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, right there. They haven't removed all of the debris field, but they've moved a bunch of it. So now we need to swim over in this direction to find the other place where they created a debris field and dropped some more uranium. So it's a good thing we unloaded what we had. Otherwise we wouldn't have any slots left in our inventory, our backpack, in order to put the extra. Maybe I'm not close enough to the right spot, because I'm not really seeing a debris field so far. And I think we've got like a minute or 2 left before all the debris field is cleared. But the idea is that you just keep going from one spot to the next until you can't find anymore. And the entire debris field will be removed by then. And you can get your bearing by going up here like this every once in a while. Okay. That kind of looks a little bit like a debris field. That's been picked up pretty good. Let's see, didn't we have some more right over in here somewhere? No, I guess not. So we would go back to our original pattern and see if by chance we missed any. Doesn't look like it, because it looks like the debris field has been fully removed now. I didn't go down to here, did I? No, I didn't. So, none's in the water. And then we had another debris field that was right over in this area. It looks like we're doing pretty good on the harvest. We didn't miss any. Of course, you would probably would have stopped at least once or twice to pick up more oxygen, maybe some water, maybe some food to eat, so that you keep looking. Well, I'm going to call that good. I'm not going to do the circuit again. I'm going to call that good. So now if I look here, we should see a full inventory. No, we don't. Not yet. Now, I've only managed to pick up 3 more. So let's go ahead and put them in here. And that looks like enough to where they could make 1 more. Yep, they could make 1 more. And now they don't have enough. Yeah, there's only got 1 left. Okay. So hopefully that was a good enough briefing. A good show and tell. And we restored our power. Now that does mean that if we want to, we could probably take down some more of these. And that's all I'll take down for now. Then we'll check our power. And make sure we still got plenty of power left. Oh yeah. 1,314 plus 0.15. So we're doing great. We got ourselves, we still have 11 of these left to go. And then we might start taking one of these down one by one, but we'll have to install another one of these before we do that anymore. And since I'm in creative mode, of course, I got nothing back. Since I don't actually have to invest anything, I could just, you know, make whatever I want to make for the demonstration. So let's see, what do we need? What we got here? Oh, we got a T2. That changes a lot of things for us. See, oh, we've also got a T2 open there too. T4, I think that's what we've been doing. But this T2 really makes a difference in the game. For example, once we've got a T2 ore extractor, the first thing you might want to do is go to where the super alloy is, because we have to have a T2 before we can start harvesting it. And remember, it's a true cave. It has only 1 entrance in, 1 entrance out. Or 1 way out, I should say. Now, you still probably do not have full oxygen available on the planet. You're probably still working on that. So if you look down there in the lower left-hand corner where it says O2 and you look at the line, since I'm in creative mode, it's got the infinity symbol telling me that the oxygen is completely all over the place. So I don't have to carry oxygen bottles around with me anymore. Unless, of course, I'm diving in the water and swimming around in there, looking for something like we did with the uranium. But in creative mode, even then I don't have to have oxygen bottles. So we've already picked up all of the super alloy that's in here, I think. So right here in the beginning of the entrance, somewhere right in here, I usually pick this spot right here. There's our entrance, 1 way in, 1 way out. And this is when I would do a T2. Now the thing to remember that you will still collect basic resources. And if you look right there, it tells you you're in the right spot for super alloy. But you'll just have to remember it's going to do basic resources also. Now if you have enough stuff to make another one, but that means you would have planned ahead and you would have brought all this stuff right here with you, then you would go ahead probably and put another one right in the front of it, kind of face to face. Because later on when you have drones, they'll come out here and collect the stuff for you. And until they do, you might want to do the same thing we've done already. And that is created a storage place for the stuff you don't actually want to carry back just yet. So what I would probably do is I'd come in here like this, and I would get down here like so, and I would put one of these right about, probably right about there, and then I'd want another one right behind it. Whoops, I need to be facing the way because it's going to face me like that, and then I can move around, and I would jam these together. No need for a little space right there. And then of course I would label it which ore it's going to collect. And then I would do just like I did before. I would put another one right there with a small space, because I'm going to put a different kind of ore in there. First get my orientation right, and then I would come in here just like before. And then of course we would want labels. So I would go right about there. And have I shown you enough? Because we've shown you this already. And we would put our labels, you know what it is, and we'd make some more going this way. Because there's what, is that 5 basic resources? Let's see, there's going to be the super alloy, of course, that's not a basic resource. And then there would be the iron, the cobalt, magnesium, silicon, and titanium. Yeah, there's 5 of them. So we would need 5 of these pairs of lockers with signs on them. And we could probably put another pair right across here. But at some point we'd have to extend this so that we'd have more storage space to work with. Okay, is that enough show and tell, or do I need to do more demonstration? And after we've got the super alloy going, we would want to work on the sulfur. And we might even want to go to the trouble to replacing or adding to the T1s that we've already got established and make them T2s by replacing them. Or just add a T2 ore extractor. Now right up in here is your option to do both general basic ores or sulfur. And I usually install mine right in this valley, right next to where we already have something of a recharge station. So let's find it, this one. Of course we have to carry, if we're doing a basic game, we've got to carry these resources with us. And I would want to pick this up. And then if you go up here and you look, it's telling you that you're going to be getting sulfur. Plus you're going to be getting your basic materials, so we'll just transfer that over. And depending on how much sulfur you think you're going to need, you might put another one in there face to face, like we did before. Usually I don't put a second one right away. Now if we put in a first level one, and we'll rotate it so we can put it in there face to face. There it is. And now when we look, see there, we could have put sulfur Or we could have been collecting sulfur earlier by using a level 1. Make sense? It tells you what it's going to, where it's going to start. Now, you of course all through here, I believe you can collect sulfur from any of these spots. And if we keep going, we'll come up to that sand wall, is what I call it. But I don't think they'll let you do super alloy here. Let's check it out. Now that we can do a T2. So if we have the right materials with this, let's do the T2. We'll be going into it, maybe turn it around like so. Go as far in as we need to or can. It's starting to go uphill, so I guess that's as far. And then we would be checking it out to see what are we collecting. Basic resources. If you see iron, you only get basic resources. So this does not seem to be a good spot to collect super alloy. Now we could go in a little bit further, like maybe right here and try again. Nope, basic resources again. So I keep thinking that a while back ago you could collect super alloy here, but my memory might be wrong about that. Because if we can collect super alloy, it will show super alloy instead of basic iron. And I don't think we can collect anything else in here. Except basic ores. Now I probably should go ahead and grab this, especially if I was playing a normal game. Keeping in mind that's a one-shot deal. And I think we already cleared all that we can out of here, didn't we? There's no blue chest or crate. Yeah, I think we already picked it up. So anyway, there's our, oh, there's another one back there. Okay, so we've got all of the goodies we can get. So now we're going to be interested in collecting something better than basic ores. Now if you remember right, we got up here where the other crash site, not that one there, or even that first one that you could get to, but there's another crash site up high. The catch is it's on the other side of the lake. Now we could go back in here and put in a T2 ore extractor, but it might seem unnecessary. Here's another one. It might seem a little unnecessary at the moment because we've already got 2 and we're getting what we need, because a T2 is not really going to change what we can collect. It's just going to be more of the same again. The only thing that will really seem different is the storage device. Instead of being a small chest, or what they call a crate in this game, it's going to be a locker. Alright, while we're here, let's drop these off. But that's how you're gonna, oh, got one that bounced all the way off over here. That's how you're gonna collect the Z-light. And the Z-light's gonna be our next big priority item. We've done the super alloy. We've done the aluminum, and off that way we've got, of course, the two first level ore extractors working together, just like we've got right here. Now, if we put a T2 here, let's show that right quick, and we'll put it. Well, we'll switch the stairs around, put them side by side. There we go. And then we go up here. See there? It's just going to be basic stuff. So there's real no advantage to putting a T2 in here right now. Well, I do need to take you to another spot and show you where your T2, but it'll be way up there. And we've already busted our hour. Yeah, we sure have. So I guess we better end it for here. We got ourselves up to almost 50%. Put out some more trees that would speed that up a little bit. And that's the, yeah, we don't have the fuses yet, because this T2 would take 3 fuses. So there's no advantage to putting one out right now. And we've already jumped ahead a little bit because we've been putting the incubators out already. We put them out upstairs. See right there? We've got 3 of them. We might even be able to squeeze a 4th one in there, but right now I don't really see a reason to put a 4th one in there. Seems like if we create 3 of something at the same time, but we might change our mind when we go to put in butterfly. It might be nice to do 4 at a time. Okay. Yeah, see, this one here's what, but it only needs 1 fuse, and so far the game has only given us 1, so it would not make sense to put in a better one that can hold 3 fuses. Alright, we're gonna call that good, and we'll end the live broadcast. So we'll save it, and it's finished. So we'll go to main menu, and we'll go ahead and say end the broadcast. There it goes. YouTube is lagging behind a little bit. Okay, so be well until next time. Huh. It should say end broadcast, but I don't see it. Weird, very weird.